Google Pixel 7 Pro is about to hit the market, as I'm sure you've heard. It's been revealed that the new mobile phone will appear a little different, but Google hasn't permitted any leaks of the specifics. Fortunately for us, we now have a better idea of what to expect. The Pixel 7 has already been given the codenames Cheetah and Panther by Google. Here are 7 new things to look forward to with the Google Pixel 7 Pro, which you can thank me for later. Please ensure that you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to be among the first to get any updates on the Pixel 7 Pro. Now let's get down to the first feature. Number 1. New design and color. I'm going to discuss the design, then we'll move on to the color aspect. Having a strong brand identity is a critical factor in determining how well a product performs and how well it interacts with users. The home button, the notch, or the return to flat sides all contribute to the iPhone's uniqueness. It evokes a sense of comfort in the minds of those who bear it for the first time, because of the striking resemblances in design among slab-shaped smartphones. It's become even more critical to own one that is truly distinctive. When compared to the Pixel 4 and Pixel 5 lineups, last year's revamp was a breath of fresh air. And this year, I'm pleased that Google has decided to keep its camera bar, albeit with a minor modification. Even though we didn't get a look at its front panel, the business demonstrated a new design direction for the back. Recycled aluminum will be used for the camera bar, with cutouts for the camera components visible. In addition, the Pixel 7 Pro is expected to be 163mm tall, 76.6mm wide, and 8.7mm deep. According to speculations, a reduction of 0.2 mm from the Pixel 6 Pro. The Pixel 7 Pro will be a tad narrower and a tad shorter than its predecessor. Now its colors. There will be the same 3 color choices as the previous year, and these are known as Obsidian, Snow, and Hazel for the Google Pixel 7 Pro. While Storm Black and Cloud White have been replaced almost exactly by Obsidian and Snow, the sorta sunny hue has been discarded in favor of Google's Hazel, a gold frame with an olive green back glass. The usual colors are perfect in my opinion, and I wouldn't hesitate to go with either of them. Hazel, on the other hand, isn't my first choice, but it has its appeal and has sparked my curiosity. Number 2. Display. No, Google has not shown off the display in the teaser for the Pixel 7 and Pixel 7 Pro. It's safe to assume that the company will stick to its current formula and make no significant modifications. The Pixel 7 Pro is expected to have a smaller form factor, but there is no word on whether or not it will have a smaller display. A reduction in height may lead some to believe that the display will be smaller, but we believe that an increase in width will allow it to be 6.7 inches wide. The Pixel 7 Pro is expected to include a second-generation LTPO OLED panel, and we hope that the greater efficiency will transfer into longer battery life. However, the Pixel 7 Pro's other features, such as its curved display and 120Hz refresh rate, will likely remain. Number 3. Updated camera. As a longtime Pixel user, you're probably aware of how long it took Google to improve the cameras on their phones. The Pixel 7 Pro, assuming that's the case, is expected to have a combination of lenses that are comparable to those on the Pixel 6 Pro. Using the information Google has gathered from the Pixel 6 series and the second-generation Google Tensor chipset confirmed to be in development, we should expect to see some advancements in the upcoming phone. Number 4. Processor. The second-generation Tensor chipset is currently being developed, as previously mentioned and confirmed by Google. This will allow for an even more personalized user experience, according to Brian Rakowski, Google's Senior Vice President of Product Management, who introduced the Pixel 7 and Pixel 7 Pro. We also expect it to come with 12GB of RAM, which should provide a smooth experience. But despite being a backmarker in benchmarking, Tensor ensured the Pixel 6 Pro ran smoothly and gave an excellent overall performance. We're confident that Tensor 2, which is the next step in the series, will provide an even better user experience. Number 5. Dimension change. The Pixel 7's display will shrink from 6.4 to 6.3 inches, and based on the CAD model, it will also shrink by 3mm, 1.7mm, and 0.2mm. I believe this is a good thing because it will make the Pixel 7 more portable and easier to use with one hand, potentially opening it up to new markets for users. The iPhone 13 and 13 Pro remain smaller, as does the Samsung S22. It's not as if Pixel 7 will be a small phone by any means, but it will be smaller than Pixel 6. Number 6. Google Tensor chip. In addition to the GS201 codename, we've also seen mentions of a board called Cloud Reaper, which is rumored to be the developer board for the 2022 flagships as well. It isn't much else we know about the Tensor 2, but we can confidently assume that Google would place a high value on the performance of CPUs and graphic cards. Even though the Tensor's machine learning capability was nowhere near that of the Qualcomm or Samsung, the Tensor 2 will allow for even more unique capabilities like a magic eraser on the Pixel 6. The new Tensor chip is expected to extend the battery life of smartphones. However, there have been mixed reviews on the Pixel 6, and it's fair to say the Frank Bin reader was one of the slowest I've ever used in a phone. It has since improved with software updates, but I'm not convinced this is where the Frank Bin reader belongs. Number 7. Battery. However, Pixel 6 Pro's battery life lacked a distinct advantage over its predecessors. It lasted for a full day of use before needing to be recharged before the next one could begin. As for the battery, we expect Google to either sell the same 5000 mAh battery unit or a slightly larger one that will assist lengthen the time between charges. In the second generation Tensor, we hope to see a significant gain in efficiency. We'd expect Google to improve the charging speeds of its devices. The Pixel 6 Pro didn't make full use of its certified 30-watt adapter, so it's unlikely this will be the case with the Pixel 6. In addition to improved performance, the Pixel Stand 2 is expected to include wireless charging as it does right now. The Pixel 7 Pro is rumored to include several additional features that you should be aware of. If you're here, consider yourself lucky. Let's get down to it. A bug-free experience. If you've been following any coverage on the Pixel 6 Pro, you may have come across references to the device's software and hardware issues. Problems with the Pixel 6 Pro's fingerprint scanner are by far the most frequent occurrences. As long as it takes the 7 Pro some time to bake in the oven, literally not practically, we're hoping for a user experience free of complaints. To ensure that the flagship killer title is exactly reproduced, this is a critical first step. Next is its wider availability. Next, we'd want to see more Google Pixel 7 Pro units available. Despite Google's efforts to minimize sales by limiting the model's geographic scope, we believe that more consumers would choose to use official channels, and we're hoping Google can help us out. Next up, faster response. Finally, quicker resolution for any issues that may emerge. We believe that fixing device breaking problems immediately rather than relying on Google's monthly pixel drops mechanism will help maintain consumer satisfaction. With that, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell to be notified when similar videos are posted.